The views expressed in this video are that of the content creator, not of their employer. My name's Brownie. I'm in my 30s, mid-career corrections officer. I've seen things most people only read about. Been assaulted, lost my mom at 17, got thrown out at 19. I've worked HVAC, I've started businesses, built a family, but most importantly, I've survived. This channel isn't about pretending life's easy. It's about figuring it out anyway. I'm doing this for me. If it helps you too, stick around. Alright, Brownie here. We're in the first video of a 6-video series on workman's comp as a corrections officer and going from there. This video is going to be called Day 1. So, you just get any use of force, you hurt, they take you down to medical, you're filling out the paperwork. Decision time. Am I going to report this? Am I not going to report this? Am I going to have to go out on comp? What are the fellas going to think? Do I have enough money for this? Regardless of how you feel as a result of that, apologies, there's a really loud truck going down the street. I don't know if you could hear it. Aside from what the fellas think, you have to do you. You have to not only make the state aware of what happened, because most times the bean counters in Albany have no idea what goes on. 2, you got to think about the future, okay? So when you're in the moment, you have the use of force, it goes successfully, the event is ended, the incarcerated is getting the treatment they now need or the discipline they so deserve. You get that adrenaline dump, right? So you're all hopped up, nothing hurts, you're Superman, Billy Badass, you're all high-fiving, good job, do the paperwork, write the tickets. And then an hour goes by, and you start, oh man, that kind of hurts a little. Then, end of the shift, and you're kind of limping going out to the car, and man, that won't be sore in the morning. You go to get up in the morning, you try to roll out of bed, and you can't. You go, oh man, I got to call out for the day. Guess what? When you were in there in medical, riding high on your hog, you should have started the process then, because now it only gets harder. You only get 24 hours to report an accident, and then the state goes, fogach. Nothing. Finito. So, bare minimum, call the ARS number. I'm sure everyone will get the packet. Don't hesitate. Forget what the fellas say. Forget what the fellas think. Call the number on the packet, the ARS number. Okay? I will put the link down in the description for you. You can see what it looks like. And if they're not giving you the packet, then at least you know who to call. But you call. What they're going to do is they're going to ask you to kind of detail the event and how you got hurt. Don't lie, but also we're not telling war stories like we're, in the locker room saying this, that, and the other. You talk to these people as though you're giving a deposition, okay? But you keep it as clinical and sterile as possible, okay? We're not in there going, I punched the incarcerated 14 times in the face, because that's not helping anybody. Simply put, I'll give you an example with mine. Simply put, I got hurt in the medical extraction of an unconscious incarcerated individual who became alert and combative, which resulted in the use of force. We don't need extra details. That's not the time nor the place for any of that, okay? So they'll take the details, they'll give you a case number, they'll give you the insurance ID number, they'll give you where, depending on where you are in the state. I don't know how it is for my North Country brethren, but they'll give you the insurance information, like prescription insurance, things of that nature. Then that'll be that. You're all set, you're all reported, you go from there, right? So at that point, you sit down, you make your decision, do I call a lawyer? What lawyer do I call? But now You have all the time in the world to decide how you want to play this. Okay? You've given your little footnote in the state's history to say, hey, if this decides to hurt me, here's my claim number to say I made the report the day it happened, okay? And now everything hurts. Now we're going to go forward. We'll get into figuring out like what lawyer to call, things of that nature when we get into the next video. But it's very, very important that you take care of yourself first, okay? A lot of guys will be like, oh, I don't want to be known as the comp chaser. I don't want to, Dr. Summer off and this and that and so forth. Reporting an accident at work is not the same thing as automatically doing Dr. Summer off, okay? Reporting an accident at work is basically notifying the state. Hey, listen, I got hurt on a job. This is what happened. Here's the documentation. Okay, if I need to go further, if it continues to hurt me, you have proof that this actually happened the day it happened. No one's going to think any less of you. If anybody decides to give you crap, they probably think that, man, that guy's going to get Christmas off, and, I want to get Christmas off, okay? Those are the kind of people who make comp shitty for the rest of us. Pardon my French. There's a reason why these videos are for an audience of 18 and older, because you got to be at least 18 to take the job. It's not a nice world. It's not a pretty world. It's more or less survival of the fittest. And how you remain, quote unquote, the fittest is by taking care of yourself. Okay? Don't think you're going to be, Billy Badass and fight through the pain. That's not helping nobody. We all got bills to pay. We all got, financial obligations, okay? Not meeting your financial obligations is going to hurt a hell of a lot worse than trying to tough through the pain so you could show off to your coworkers. But yeah, it's just a bit. We do a dangerous job. We live a dangerous lifestyle when we're behind a wall. You get hurt, report it. Because now you got a leg to stand on. Alright. Stay tuned for the next video. Let's call a lawyer.